actually deal with file and errors in Python. Hello everyone, this is Rajesh and welcome back to the ninth episode of Python Beginner Series. In this video, we will be understanding our file and error handling in Python, and also we will be doing coding part to relate more with the theory. So let's start with our basics first. Let's start with our file opening. Even before that, let's start with why we need our files. Let's say you are writing a program and you store some kind of data like name, age, and this kind of data into a variable. So if the program ends, that all data will erase automatically because those data are not permanent, those stored in temporary kind of variables. So if I want to store those data into permanent memory, I can just put those data into file, and file is the kind in which or place in which we can store a data permanently or for a long period of time. So this is what our files do. Now let's come to the file opening. So for that we have one function called open. What's open? Open is a function in which we can open the file. Like at first argument we have to pass the path of that file. What path? Means the address kind of, or if the file exists in the same folder, you can just give the name also. And in second argument you have to give the mode in which you want to do the work. Like I want to read, so I have to give the R mode. R means stand for read. If I want to write, I will give W. Now let's see next line. In this we have a read function. Read function will do nothing, like it will read all the content or data from the file and from this file and store into this variable called content. And after that we can print those content, or even you can do the work what you want. And at the end, never forget to close the file. If you open the file, you have to close also, remember always. Like file.close is a function by which we can close the file. So this is how we can open the file in Python. Let's come to the VS Code and we will be understanding in more clear way. Now as you can see, we have this file like ex.txt in which we have wrote a line called this is Ram and we are going to play the cricket. So in this ep9.py file, we will be printing this file's content on this terminal. Now let's see how we can do that. Let's take a variable and taking it file equal to open. What we are going to open, as we have already seen, we have to give the path first. Because it's exists in the same folder, we can just write a name also, ex.txt. Now in second argument we have to pass in which mode we are going to do the work. I'm going to read that, so I will go with R mode, means read mode. Now I can take a variable to store the data. Like I'm taking content equal to file dot read to read the data from that file, and after that we can print that content, and at the end close the file dot close. Now let's run this one. Here as we can see, we got this is Ram and we are going to play the cricket. Same thing here also. So we have printed the content from ex.txt and we taken the read mode, and at the end we have closed this file. This is how we can print the content from the any file. Now let's come to this slide. We will be understanding the next part. So we have many ways to perform things on a file. Let's start with our, we already seen this read. We can do write also by using this W. We can append by using A. We can create by using X. we can read binary by using RP, and R plus will do read and write. Basically this three RWA are like basic operations we can do on files. So now let's see our next slide. Here we have the file reading. How can we read in three different ways? We have this kind of syntax like with open, our file name, and then the mode we are going to read. So R is the mode, as file. This is as is like alias, means it's just short name for this whole thing, given as file. Now what we are doing, we are storing those readed file in readed content in this data variable. In second line we are doing the same thing, but the difference is we are reading just read line, means a single line from the top. And in third we have a difference like read lines, means we are reading many lines from the top. So these are like main difference, read line and read lines. So let's see in code first. Now let's understand what is the difference between read line and read lines. First we are going to write the code like with open that file name like ex.txt, and in second we are going to read, so we will be giving R mode. Now as alias means short name, we are giving the name as file. I'm declaring a variable called data equal to, I'm reading the file by using file.read function. Now I'm going to print this data. Now let's run this one. Here we got the whole thing is written, means by using read we can just print the whole content from the file. In file we have declared this much of line and spaces, it's printed as the same. Now what if we just use like line? Now let's see what's going to happen. So it's giving a line from the top. Now let's name this one 1, then 2. Let's see which line it's giving. Print it once again. So we are getting top line by using this read line function. What if I give the read lines function? Now let's see what we are getting. Here by using read lines function, it is giving the whole thing, or you can say every and each line with the space also, or with the specifying space also. So in programming we specify the next line by using this backward /n. This there are 4 lines space, so it's like 3 backward /n. Sorry, 4. Here it's printing all the values, or you can say string or whole file itself. Now let's understand the next slide. Now we are going to understand writing and appending the file. First of all, it will save the data permanently in the file, that we have to understand. Now if I write the thing, it will override the every content, means it will erase the all content from the file and it will put which we are writing now. And if we are appending, it will append the whole thing, means at the end of the file content it will append the what we are going to write. So for writing we have this W mode, for appending we have this A mode, and the syntax is like totally same, but we will be writing instead of read, we will be use this write function. Now let's come to the VS Code to understand the code. Now let's see the writing and appending mode. So the syntax is quite same, but just we need to change this one. Instead of R, I'm going to give W for writing mode, and instead of read lines I will give like write function, and inside that what we have to write. Let's say I want to write this is Naveen. Now we can just run this one and let's see what's going to happen. Now this is the current values in the under file. If I run this one, it will just going to replace the whole value with this is Naveen. Now let's see. This is what happened after running that. This is Naveen just remain and everything were erased. So it will just erase the all previous one and give this latest data in this in writing mode. And if we talk about append mode, call A, it will just keep adding the data whatever we are writing at the end of the content. Let's say I'm giving this one again, and once again let's see the file here. This is Naveen, this is Naveen, this is Naveen. It means it's keep adding those data again and again. We can also take the this is Naveen in next line. Let's say I'm giving \n here and one \n in last. Now if I run this code, here we got on next line, this is Naveen also. So in as we have seen in append mode, it will keep adding the data at the end, but at writing mode, it will erase all data and replace with the new one. So this is how our writing and append mode works. Now let's see the next slide. So this is our second important topic in our video. Now let's understand what is error handling. First, we are going to take one real world example. Like in your schools, like in 5th or 6th standard, you used to write with pencil. Why? There are lots of mistakes you made on that time, so you can just not write by pen because you can't erase that. By writing the pencil, you can erase by rubber and rewrite those things. So that mistakes like spelling mistake you used to do, wrong writing, so those kind of mistakes are known as error. We can relate that. And those like erasing and rewriting those things in the correct way, those things are known as error handling. So the error is nothing but mistake, you can say, in a program, and error handling means we are just handling those mistakes and correcting them. Now let's start with our next first slide for here. Here we have our try, accept, else and finally. So these are some terms in which we can handle the error. So try works for code that may fail. Means suppose you are writing a code but you know it can be failed sometimes, so you will write those code in try. And accept will handle the error. Let's say some kind of like error value error appeared, so you can handle by using accept. And else means runs when no error occurs. Let's say if the code went right and succeeded in output, so that output will be printed, or you can say given in this else. And finally runs like whether an error occurs or not. If the error is there, it will also run the finally. It is not there, then also run the finally. So in both the cases, finally is going to run. Now let's see in our code. Let's say I want to take a number from the user. Data equal to int kind of integer, then input write any number here, and then and I want to add just 100 on that number, like data plus 100 equal to added value. And we can just print this data, so this one, added value. Now let's say if user enters a string instead of number, so for that case I have to handle this one. So I can write in try this 3 lines. Wait 1 minute. Here now I wrote in try, but I want that this value should printed when the user giving the correct number. So I will write this value, this thing into our else. And say if the user giving the wrong like a string instead of number, I can just handle that value by using this except value error. In that we have like print given giving wrong data now, and at the end finally. This like I'm going to print a message that successfully done. Now let's run this one. Here you can just write the number. Let's say I'm going to give a integer, any kind of. What's wrong data? Giving the wrong data means in this case it's the number, instead of number we are given this string, so it just came skipping by skipping this one, it just came here and printed this value, and at the end it's printed the final value. Now let's run one again. I'm giving 25. Now let's run this one. We got 125. It's executed this thing and then came to at the end this printed this, and at the finally successfully done. So this is how our try, except and finally works. Now let's come to the slide to understand the next topic. So we have this like common Python exceptions, this kind of error like value error, zero division error when we divide any number by zero. We have this index error, we have this key error, file not found error, and type error. These are some error you can try with, and I want you to do a homework that first of all you have to create a file in which you have to write some strings, and after that you have to append another string, and that whole code will be written into a try and except thing, except and try error handling. And thank you for this class. In next class we will be understanding oops in Python. So thank you once again.